Yeah, yeah. Some things don't change. The ocean.
Mike Geffner, this is hard work.
Hey, it's Ryan Dykstra.
What's up, fans of poetry and writing? My name is Oveous, and I'm here at the 1-year anniversary of the Inspired Word, and it was amazing tonight, and we thank everyone that came out. So keep checking us out. We're here. Peace out.
To spit. This is my first gig of the new year.
All right.
So I'm a little nervous.
Woo! Family, baby.
The presence of antibodies is what they look for when they test for HIV. I was 22 years old in 1993. 10 years since the first cases have been reported about in NYC. Now spread throughout its various communities, no longer them, because now it's we. But that didn't stop me from testing the breaking point of invincibility. I stepped into the room that smelled of sterility, where I waited for what seemed like an eternity to see what the results of my test would read. Your test came back positive, he said, nothing less, nothing more. Unable to look me in the eye, he stared down at the floor. He'd never delivered an HIV positive test result before. My impulse to bolt out the door was outweighed by the need to make sure that the doctor felt secure. So I stayed, and I was counseled some more. 7 years to live were some words I grabbed onto. Treatment options and not a death sentence were some others. Had I been another, I might have jumped in front of the 2 train like my girl Sharonda's little brother, or hung myself in the bathroom with an extension cord like my boy Pito's baby's mother, after they discovered that the baby had the monster too. But instead of suicidal ideation, I found that I had the will to live, and that I actually possessed the power to forgive. Forgive myself for the choices I had made and the actions I had spoken. Forgive the one who infected me because he's dead, and I have a long life ahead. Forgive my mother for her ignorance and for her religious convictions which allow her to believe in a God whose answers to drug addiction and homosexuality are AIDS and HIV. Forgive the doctor for his contradictions, for his inaccurate depictions, for pushing mad prescriptions, for his 7-year prediction, which caused me for some years to reside within my fear. It's been 17 and I'm still here.
What?
It's been 17 and I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, I'll do one more.
All right.
Just don't know what to do. Come on, son. I haven't run that in my head. I'm gonna mess it up. I'll try it. Alright. Late afternoon subway rides can really wear on my nerves. You know the time when all the demon children have been freed from school, migrating home in large. Unable to converse in a normal way because they're sugar rushing from all the sweets that they consume throughout the day, so they squawk like birds. Drowning each other out in screaming matches to ensure that his joke is laughed at or that her point is heard. So I escape my subway rides from hell by losing myself in what I call the eye candy shop. Cause this is New York motherfucking city, and there's a lot of fly-ass motherfuckers riding the train. I love it because they're usually strewn all around the car, so I indulge by dividing my attentions between all of them, sampling this one and tasting that one with my eyes, visually stuffing my face, getting my fill. And there's a new flavor that I didn't like at first, but that I seem to have acquired a taste for. The ones that come partially unwrapped with their pants sagging below their butt. keeping that shit, even though that particular fashion trend for the first time in my life has me feeling the generation gap. The shit is, if I were to get caught looking, motherfuckers would want to get me all kinds of crap.
That's right.
They might want to scrap, throw bottles at me, or chase me down with a baseball bat. But fellas, if you don't want them looked at, then put your asses back in your pants. Because you never know who's looking when they're checking you from the back. So you can't get it all offended if you turn around and catch me playing with my nutsack. For all you know, I just had a little itch that needed to be scratched. Let me put it this way. Imagine you just turning around and look the other way if some female was exposing her rack. But I know none of y'all motherfuckers will want to see it like that.
That caused so many people to send Mike Geffner messages. Like, everyone loved this man's feature. He's well known. So ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for our next feature, Gemineye. Clap as Gemineye makes his way to the stage.
Hi.
Hi.
How y'all feeling?
Hi.
Welcome to the Inspired Word, the only poetry show that starts on fucking time. This shit runs like clockwork. This is my second time doing an event for Mike. It's the second time he's text messaged me during the show and asked me where I was at. Second time just now backfired on him. I'm standing in the back. He texts me from the front. Are you almost here? Mike, I'm in the back. Calm down. Mike wants to make sure this shit stays on schedule. I gotta appreciate that. I like being home before 10 o'clock. Advocate, I don't know where you got that bio from. It's like 4 years old. I don't work at Montclair State anymore. I work at a different school that shall remain nameless. I am still the 2002 Grand Slam champion of New Jersey, but that was like almost a decade ago, so it's irrelevant. Is anybody familiar with this jackass Trey Songz? Dear Trey Songz.
Uh-oh.
Dearest Trey. I am here to relieve you of your self-conceived belief that you in fact invented sex. It's true. Judging by the lyrics of your song, you didn't invent sex, you invented a car wreck. After hearing your song, I'm convinced that all a girl could get is bored. Let's examine your chorus. When I get you to the crib. Stop! Why are you waiting to get to the crib? How about a car? A hotel? Outside in the street? The jungle suite at the Loop on 1 and 9? Anything is more exciting than your house all the time. And then you made it worse. You get to the house and the one place you want to go is upstairs to the bed. Trey, you're rich. It's a huge house. Stop somewhere along the way for excitement. The living room, the dining room, a kitchen counter, the washer or the dryer, a shower stall, hell, the staircase to the bedroom, I don't care. If I had a house that big, I'd have sex everywhere.
Thank you.
I'd have chimney sex. Just so I could say I invented that. But not you, Trey. Your third line, when I pull back those sheets. How can you have invented sex if you don't know that tricks are for kids and there's no sheets for freaks? If you're gonna get really nasty, you put a towel down. Or you at least have sex on top of the comforter, because no one likes to sleep in the wet spot. Just when I couldn't take you anymore, you and this ignorant ass line 4, and you climb on top of me. Trey, that's just lazy. Clearly sex was invented by the woman you went to bed with. You just want to lay there and take all the credit. How about standing up? From behind. One leg up, one leg to the side. Flying squirrel. Even good old missionary. Exert some damn energy. You're 25. You are in your sexual prime. Maybe we should just edit the rest of your lines. If you want to have sex with Trey Songz, girl, you gonna think, girl, you gonna think, girl, you gonna think Trey Songz is an idiot. Now I'd like to do a poem. Just had to get that off my chest. I have a poem that I'm gonna do. If you want to hear any more of my poems, you can take a CD home with you. I'll be selling them in the back, harassing you because gas and tolls are expensive. New York City's not as close as it used to be. She told me she wanted me to listen. So I said, so what? She said, listen to the heartbeat of all the memories of my failed relationships and then love me like the cure for cancer. What? Answer the questions of my life with silence and sometimes just listen. You don't wear a halo and I don't need a saving grace, just embrace my pain enough to feel it. I don't need you to illuminate my problems and make my wrongs right. Even the sun must let the earth sit in darkness at night. I can shine on my own. I just need you to be there. Be there like air. Ever present when I don't know it, to be the solid foundation of my life, support me, be my pulse, invisible to those around me, but still real cause I can feel you. She said, I just want to know I can count on you. Add you like math to the equation of life, be my quotient. Be the sum of my parts, beat with my heart, be in sync with me. Co-write the story of my life as if you were inked with me. Tattoo yourself to my hopes so we can carry the same dreams, and then sleep with me so we can share the same dreams and then seam our souls together. Stitch me into the fabric of your fantasies and once again answer me with simple silence. She said, just listen. Send me a silent stare. Talk to me with a kiss. Miss me when I'm still with you. Resist the temptation to touch me and yet still caress me, bless me, treat me like a temple, worship within my walls and fall into my future, suture away my wounds and heal me. Stand in the next room and still feel me. She said, make me the center of your universe, rehearse me like poetry and speak me into existence. Make me your adjective and describe us. Trust me enough to know it enough to show it enough to believe it, relieve me of the wonder and understand it. She told me she wanted me to listen, so I did.
Give it up for Gemineye. That letter was ignorant. I loved it.
Well, I think it's a great scene, and I think there's incredible talent, but the profile of the genre needs to be risen. That's what I'm really trying to do, is I'm trying to get people excited. I was trying to figure out a way to get people excited, again, to get people excited about poetry. It's going to spread a buzz through the community and to people that don't necessarily go to poetry events. So I possibly do that, make people go, wow. So I thought of maybe putting together an all-star team of poets. It started with like 5 or 6, and then as I got 5 or 6, those 5 or 6 suggested some more people. Then some people found out about it, and they wanted to be a part of it. And before I knew it, I had 20 poets. Everything I ever wanted to do as a journalist. I've interviewed presidents, I've covered Yankees, the Knicks, the Giants. I've done everything I ever wanted to do. I've won awards, I've published close to 10,000 stories. To me, this is the world to me. And if I could just do this, I would just do this.
Some things don't change. Say it. The ocean and